when I have a client that comes in for a consultation, and if you guys are in my classes, you know that quite often I talk about the consultation. It is extremely important that you know more about your client and that you understand what's going on in their life so that you can support them. If a client comes in and you don't get the full information that you need, you don't even know how you can help them. You don't even know if you should be doing a scalp treatment. You don't even know if you should be doing hair treatments and how often or whatever, because you haven't spoken to them and you haven't done a strand test. So a strand test is really important. It is a test where we stretch the strand of hair and literally, let me see if I can get y'all I'll get y'all a little, this is a weave, but all right. We're supposed to be able to stretch the strand of hair. Man, my weave must be dry. No, but it popped when it should, honestly. Your hair is supposed to stretch 20% of its own length before it breaks. So my weave actually did pretty good because I was able to stretch that 20%. All right, so let me see if I can show y'all again. It should stretch 20% of its own length before it pops. So when it breaks and you stretched it 20% of its own length, then that indicates that something is going on with the hair itself, okay? So you should be able to do that strand test to know what's going on with the hair. But this other stuff I'm talking about is hair loss. It's not hair breakage. That was a breakage issue. Everything from the scalp is a hair loss issue. Okay. So changing weather when it gets cold, you know, you just want to make sure that you're still intaking your water. You're making sure that you are taking your vitamins and just giving your body the supplements that it actually needs. Hats and scarves is next on my list when it also falls in line with the weather change. What happens is we tend to wear hats that rub against our hairline, especially back here and around here. You wear that same hat, that same wool hat every day. Please. Moisturize the hair along your hairline with some type of moisturizer to help to combat the fact that we're wearing hats and that we are rubbing up against our hairlines. So cleaning says the heat too. Some people's bodies can't take heat, and it is like a major drastic change for some folks. All right, so protect your hairline. So if you're wearing wool hats, and yes, cotton and wool hats and scarves can help to break the hair around the hairline. Okay, it won't be a hair loss situation. It'll help to break it. All right, so you want to make sure that you are wearing something silky. So if you guys are wearing like a lot of wool hats, maybe you can do some type of, make sure you have a silky lining, or make sure you select a hat that has something silky so that you are not wearing wool hats up against your hairline every single day. Hi, Lakeisha. So guys, this is real. So clients are coming in and they're experiencing this hair loss. It's cold outside. They got these hats and scarves on. They're wearing coats that are wool, that have like a collar that's constantly every day rubbing. And then you got clients that are walking. Queen from Queens over here, you know what I'm talking about. New Yorkers walk everywhere. So they're walking and they're doing this. They got this wool coat on, and this wool coat is rubbing right up against the back of your neck. And next thing you know, you're like, what in the... Why is it so short back here? That wool coat and that wool scarf and that wool hat. Sheesh. Okay? Protect your neck, guys. Protect your neck. All right. Okay. Another reason for hair loss that I'm going to talk about tonight is fungus. Okay? Fungus. Woo. Woo. Where do we get fungus from? Everywhere. Dirty hair. Fungus can be transferred from one place where fungus was growing, wherever that is, and it can be transferred to your head. So it's really funny because I had a client recently who was telling me that she had these little spots. And protect your neck, that's right. She had these little spots. Now, this wasn't in her hair, but this was on her skin. So she finally was like, I went to the doctor and I found out what those little spots were. They were fungus. So let me tell y'all what my client said to me. She said, girl, I'm so glad that you use the neck strips. She said, I really appreciate that you use neck strips. And she said, because I end up having fungus on my neck, but I appreciate, and that's why you're supposed to use the neck strips. So my client came to me, even though she was the one with the issue and not wanting to spread it to anybody else. But we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening when we're opening up the hair and we're smelling things and we're seeing unfamiliar looking things and we're seeing patches of dry skin. Fungus, okay? Like, this is real, okay? So when things look unfamiliar, send their behinds. You'll start using them. That's right. Like, it's serious, guys. Because all you have to think about, someone over here said, I'm going to start using neck strip. It is real. Here we go. This is it. The client who confessed to having the fungus on her neck, she had it, and I always put the neck strip. But let's just say she comes very often, and I put that cape around her neck, snap it. I do her hair. She on her phone. She talking. She looking down. She doing everything. She just rubbing her neck all in that cape, y'all. It's just getting rubbed all in that cape. Done. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day. Take the cape off. Next. Client number 2. She on her phone. She doing all her stuff. Rubbing all in her neck. You just transferred it. So, this is why it's going to bring me to my next point. Hairstylists can help to spread and keep hair loss going. Because if you... Yeah, I noticed the spots, and I did ask. I was like, what are these little spots on your neck? Listen, yeah, girl, I noticed it. And did I say something? I got a big old mouth. I'm like, girl, what are these spots on your neck? Girl, woo, in a nice way, So basically, when I was questioning it, then she finally was like, oh, let me go and, check this out. So she did. Listen, stylist, don't remain quiet. Y'all have to understand, sometimes people are not really paying attention. Like, they just keep going in life. They're not paying attention. And sometimes when things don't bother them to a certain extent, it's minute to them. So they just keep going. So if I see, let me tell you something. If I see open skin, if I started shampooing and I notice something, I'm strapping up, y'all. I'm putting my gloves on, and I don't care who says anything about it, because I'm not about to transfer whatever is going on with them to me. And if I have a cut, like today, so I got this little nick on my finger, and I was shampooing, and basically I was like, I can't be coming in contact with other people because I got a cut. So that means I'm open and ready for whatever is coming my way. So I put my glove on. I was like, no, like, And if you want to know why I have a glove on, it's because I got a cut and I don't know what's going on with everybody else. So we gonna just, we gonna just protect everything right now. Okay. So yeah. All right. So fungus can be on the skin. She said over here, you probably was like, let me double up on these neck strips. Listen, y'all, I use the neck strips that had that little blue strip in it. So you wrap it on and it sticks together and it holds really well. Then I fold it over the top of the cape. I'm not playing. All right. Okay. So fungus can be in the hair. Fungus can also be found, unfortunately, y'all, I'm hair weave artist, but we got to be careful. So when we purchase our bundle hair, we need to look at the weft and we need to make sure it's not looking like a gray and fuzzy wuzzy and XYZ. Universal projection. Yes, Veronica. Have I ever had someone that was allergic to bobby pins? Not so far, but any allergic reaction can happen. Any allergic reaction can happen. So, speaking of that, do you guys know that there is a test that the doctor can do for your clients who have issues with different things that you do to them? This, I'm just gonna, because I know the world doesn't know about this because everyone hasn't experienced it, but the allergy test actually happens like this. It happens on the person's back. They go to a dermatologist and they literally take samples of everything, strawberries, dust, everything. And they put like a whole bunch of little things all over the person's back. It's like all the way across their back. And they have to come back and they have to see which one of them were irritated. So there's an allergy test for that. So if you think she's allergic to bobby pins, that's what you need to do. So yes, over here. Thanks for telling what type is better. Okay, you never purchased neck strips. All right. The ones that I use are called Erand. E-R-R-A-N-D. Erand. And you can look that up online. So your daughter had it done, Tomeka Evans. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's real. Now, wash the hair before the install. So if you look at the weft, guys, and you see that it looks like gray, or it looks like I said, fuzzy, or something looks off, definitely clean it, okay? I'm not saying that you can detect whether there is fungus or not. I'm just saying, put yourself in a better situation than a worse situation. Don't put the hair in knowing that it's something funky going on before you start it, okay? So definitely wash it before the install, all right? Okay, there's another thing that I want to talk about when it comes down to hair loss. What causes hair loss? You. There is, I don't know if you know about this term, but there is a term for people who pull their hair. Does anyone know what that term is? So literally, there are people that sit there all day and they just pull their hair. They literally pull it and they pull it right out of their scalp. LaRon, you're here. Do you know what that technical term is for people who pull their hair out? There is a term. But in any case, guys, that is another reason for hair loss. Trichotillomania. Is it tricho? Is either trichotillomania or trichotillomania. In any case, it's one of those two. But you want to recognize this because it is a nervous situation. Like it's a person that there's something going on and they pull their hair out. So if you recognize it, I want you guys to understand, as professionals, we help to change people's lives all the time. So there are some things that go on in people's lives that we recognize and that we kind of speak about, and we bring it to the forefront and we help people. Like I said with my client with the thing on her neck, I said something, but she was not really worried about it at first, you know, because she couldn't even see it because it was like back here. But when we speak on it, we bring it to the forefront, we once again basically acknowledge it, then people are able to actually decide to do something about it. So I just need y'all to understand that we speak on these things, and you must speak on when you notice that the hair is coming out, because you need to make sure that they understand that they need to go to a doctor first and a dermatologist second. So when you see things going on the scalp that are different colors, there's like yellow colored flakes, there's like the scalp could look gray, it could look yellow, it could be dry flakes, it could be oily flakes. Anything outside of the norm that when you shampoo and it comes right back, especially if they're shampooing every week and it smells, it is very different. That is some type of condition, some type of problem. So they need to go to the dermatologist, okay? So that's pretty much what I have for you guys. Let's see. I don't know if there was anything else on my list. But I've been talking to you guys for quite some time. And you said teens do it more. Yes, it is more likely that the teens are the ones that actually pull their hair out. Yeah, it's like a biting nails type syndrome, or people that bite on pencils. Exactly. So there are people that pull their hair out. So just acknowledge it so that, you know, they can, I don't know, maybe they need to go to a therapist. I don't really know.